Hey guys, Foxer here. I got my Evo 3D in, and wanted to show it off a little bit. Yeah, I do realize it's been quite a while now since it actually has been released, but hey, and I'm using my old previous phone to record this, so I'm hoping it all works okay. Um, I know it's probably not going to be 720p or anything, but it will be, there. Anyway, here's the phone. I know it's not going to have much good for any kind of focusing or anything, so it's going to be a piece of crap. But it's kind of hard doing this looking through the camera on this thing. Slide it up, you got your little lock screen, there you go. Does live wallpapers very nicely. No lag at all between anything. If you do notice any kind of lag right now, it's because I kind of have a screen protector on it, and it makes the screen very sticky. I'm actually going to be returning that. It's a Zap screen protector. Makes it very kind of sticky, and I really like how that effect is right there. Anyway, there's everything. It does take a little bit for these things to load whenever it hasn't synced for a while. I don't have anything on that page or this page, because I just haven't really had a need. There's my friend stream. There's my other stuff. Yeah. Does work pretty good. See if I can find settings. Hopefully I can get this thing here to show what I want to show. Okay, hold on a minute. I'll be able to see. There we go. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Probably not. It is running Android 2.3.3 with Sense HTC Sense 3.0. It's running pretty good. I still cannot do this without looking through the screen because I'm not able to. It does run very good. It does have... Where did I just see it? That was voice input. Where was it in personalize? I think it was. No, it wasn't. Trying to figure out where I saw it at. Well, I just noticed that I had that camera pointed way off. Oh, there it is, right in my face. It does come with swipe, as you can see there. It does come with swipe, but that is not what it uses by default. If we come into a text message here, as you can see, it's HTC's little thing, but it has this little, hold on a minute. It only does it whenever you actually have it in the text box there. So you can type down, and then you can slide and write these little, just write some. Even gives you nice little suggestions. See here, type poke, hello, hi. I mean, it works pretty good for me. But then when you touch and hold, let go, input method, you'll see, hopefully, maybe, yeah, see, you got the touch there, which is selected, and then there's also swipe. Switch to swipe, and it does indeed give you swipe. I do not like swipe at all. I used to until I used the one that was built, or that came, done by HTC. This camera keeps falling out of my hand. I did the thing, right? I really love the way that HTC has theirs. I know it's not called swipe. I can't remember exactly what they said that it was called. Anyway, I like it so much more than normal swipe. One of my friends has a Optimus V from Virgin Mobile, and she has swipe on there, and it works, amazing and whatnot. I don't really mind it with that, but after using this here, swipe is so ridiculous compared. I mean, you saw here, you type something, it's, discreet. It's like right there. There's, if it has a suggestion, the suggestion's right there. You don't have to worry about it. As for swipe, it pops up in the middle of what you're doing, so instead of having to move your thumb that far, you move your thumb all the way up there. Very, very annoying. And of course, I guess that saved it as a draft. See here. People's not too bad. Hopefully, you can't see anything, but I mean, it does link everybody's accounts, blah, blah, blah. You know how it does if you're there. Music sounds pretty good. Not too bad. I don't want to play too much, considering how I don't want to get, in trouble. But the music app itself brings right there. Something that I've noticed that this does that I've seen that a lot of others don't. You have this button right here. You can't really see it, but it's update album art. And it's built in, which does it pretty nice. Several other phones that I've seen do not do that. Touch over here. You got this nice little view here where mine's all done just by songs, or you can go with playlist, albums, artist, composer, genre. Yeah, you get it. So your camera, it does, have the 2D switch right there. Right now it's currently in 3D with a nice shutter button. Got both cameras. Really, really nice. Press and hold on the camera button, and it does bring it up. Right now I just took a video, which I will show you in a second, but as you can see, it's in 3D. It does have that little wavy effect, but that's just because right now you're watching it without, it's kind of impossible for it to actually show up in 3D for you guys, but it's kind of got that little wavy effect. Yeah. You switch it over to 2D, give it a little bit, and then you can see you can also start, you can zoom, and you don't really have that effect anymore. But it takes amazing video, amazing pictures. Switch back over to the camera, and there's just 2D, and then again 3D. Where it loads up, there you go. It's kind of got a little wave to it some. Let's see here. Video that I just took not too long ago. This is in 3D. You gotta move this charger cable out of the way. It is in 3D. So as you can see, it does kind of have some effect there. So you won't be able to see it in 3D, but I can, and it looks freaking amazing. To the people who are constantly saying, oh, well, it gives you a headache, or it's gimmicky. Well, the thing I have to say to you about that is, so are cell phones when they first came out. Cell phones used to be considered the biggest gimmick of them all. And then they wanted to put cameras on there, so again, it became a big gimmick. And then, everybody was saying, oh no, HD TVs, they're not going to come out at all. Or, not that they're not going to come out, they're going to say, it was a big gimmick, nobody's going to want it, it's going to die off, it's just a fad. Well, you know what, almost everybody and their grandmother has an HD TV now. I mean, even I have an HD TV, and it's right there, even though I don't have cable, but I use it for my computer. And it works very, very well. So yeah, even though it's a new technology, it's by no means a freaking gimmick. It works very, very well. I have no issues with it. See if I can't get over here into the apps. You can use just about everything else. One thing I've noticed is that Skype does not do the video chats yet, or the video calling yet. I know the last time I checked, it gave it support for several other phones, but they have not done it. Oh, here's something that I know a lot of people have not done anything yet with. It's Task Manager. It's pretty good. I mean, as you can see right now, it's got a total of 803 megabytes. 700 megabytes are used. 103 is free, but I have had a lot of stuff open. So I can just go refresh, make sure it's refreshed, and then I can kill all. And then it pops back up. I have to use refresh again. As you can see, hopefully there is, well, it says 301 megabytes free left. So about 500 or so is used by the system itself. On here I do have Lookout, and it works pretty good. I do always have Skype running, Skype, Lookout, always running no matter what. I never turn them off. And I'm able to get almost, I'd say almost a full day's use for the battery. So the battery is pretty nice. I do not know how to actually get to that thing. I'm pretty sure there is a setting somewhere. Yeah, power. No, maybe not. I don't know where it would be, honestly. About phone, battery level, battery use. Yeah, I don't think that's going to have an accurate depiction of what was actually there, considering how I did just unplug it since I started the video. I've had it on because I just kind of, felt like leaving it in. I always have it on the charger whenever I can, but that's just because that's out of habit with my Pre. The Pre had horrible battery life. This thing has significantly better battery life than the Palm Pre, by far. Palm Pre I can maybe go a little bit less than 6 hours on a single charge, doing less than what I do on this, and this here can get me well over 12 hours. It is really, really nice. Trying to think of what else I can say. Internet browser, I guess. See what it comes up to. It comes up to Google. I am on Wi-Fi right now, but that's just because I don't get 4G anywhere close to where I am. I get 4G in Columbus, but I'm well over an hour away from Columbus. I also happen to live in an area where I have less than a bar of 3G service, so as you can tell, I always have Wi-Fi on when I'm at the house, but I'm rarely at the house too often. So, yeah. Yeah, as you can see here, I flipped back, and since it's already done synced, it's, it stays on there pretty well. I don't know what else is there. It does come with an app for downloading 3D games, but from what I've seen, there's only a few games. Yeah, there's still only a few games. I want to try Nova, but I'm not too sure how that would be. But they have Assassin's Creed, GT Racing, Assault 6, Let's Golf, and their Nova thing all in 3D, which isn't too bad. Still trying to remember there was something else that I was trying to say about it. I don't know about any other phones, but this one has something called Car Panel. I'm not sure if that's just something just for this phone, but I have not seen it on any other phone that I've ever, got to fool around with. But it's really, really nice. See, voice search, call search, or I should say, make a call, view map, navigation, footprints, voice search, and just regular search. And it actually has a dedicated, exit button. But it comes with or it doesn't come with, but you can buy a car mount that you, pretty much put in your car. Comes with everything you need for it, even a nice little, sticky plate for whenever, like if you don't want to put it on your windshield, but you want to put it on your dash, then you put the plate down, and then you stick it on the plate. Works very well. It comes with the car dock comes with a USB port positioned right where this one would be. So when you slide it in, it sits in there, and then it has a USB port on the back where you can plug in your car charger, and it'll charge your phone. There's also showed something in the manual where apparently you could get this. It's basically the micro USB on one end and then the headphone jack on the other. I really did not get the whole point of that, because the way that it showed was that the USB plugged into the back of the car dock, and then the headphone jack would plug into the auxiliary port on your stereo, like for your car stereo. Would have no idea how good that would actually work, or if it would even be nice. But I know I personally just go and I plug in. I should probably unlock that so it stays open. I personally put the phone in the car dock, and then I completely lost my train of thought. Okay, I have the phone in the car dock, and I have the car dock plugged into the into the car charger, and then I use Bluetooth right there. I use Bluetooth to connect to my stereo, and it plays really well, which is something else that I should probably show. This here actually has this nice little sound enhancer thing where I can choose no effects, surround sound enhancement, or an equalizer. The equalizer only works if you have headphones in, otherwise you have no effects or a surround sound enhancement. If you use Bluetooth, it actually will still let you use the equalizer. So, yeah, I guess not just headphones only. But I've noticed that if you use the headphones, it is best to use the equalizer, and I usually have it set to raw because that's usually really good, and it delivers amazing bass, good, clear, high, mid, low tones. Almost everything is, near perfect. But when transferring over Bluetooth, I think it might actually just be my stereo, because the Bluetooth on my stereo isn't exactly the best, because it's kind of, the older Bluetooth technology. It doesn't, it's not the nice 3 whatever that the current Bluetooth standards are that this, I believe, has. So it has a slight, what would be the word, bass kind of overpowers the treble with my stereo. But that could also be because every time I get into my car, somebody else has messed around with my equalizer on the stereo, so it pretty much screws everything over. So I usually have it set for the surround sound enhancement, because my stereo actually does do surround sound and can do it over Bluetooth. So I tend to do it like that. And the sound comes out amazing, and everything's nice and even. Nothing overpowers each other, so it's all pretty nice. I would go out right now and show you it, but I'll just add extra time to this video, and I don't feel like doing that to you guys. I've already kind of rabbled on and made this thing over 18 minutes, so I only intended this to be a 10-minute video. But anyway, yeah, it's there. It's really nice. I absolutely love it. I will have to say, when 2 years are up, whenever I have to... Speaking of which, I'm getting a phone call, but I can't really answer that because I'm on here. But, yeah. Whenever I'm able to, you completely made me forget what I was doing. I wonder if I can just do that. Yes, I can. Nice. Anyway, great, I gotta remember what I was saying. Thank you, Ashley, for making me lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, whenever my 2-year contract is up, because I'm not the main person on the line, so I don't get the nice every year upgrade. But anyway, when my 2 years are up and I'm able to get another phone, I'm hoping by that time, there will be other phones that have the whole nice 3D technology, because I will definitely choose a 3D phone now over a normal phone almost any day. They're so freaking fun and amazing, and they have that nice little factor of you're hanging out with your friends and you're all going to be like, oh hey, I just got this new app on my phone that lets me do this, this, and that, and then you can go, oh, that's nice, can your phone play 3D games, 3D movies? Oh, yes, it can. See, look, it can do this. And I'm like, or then you can go, no, I mean in 3D, like actual, eye-popping 3D without glasses. And you show it to them, and they all go, wow, oh my god, that is so amazing. Yeah, that's kind of what this phone can do. It makes you unique. It's definitely a conversation starter piece, whatever the freak you want to do it. It might not be the best conversation starter, because that will kind of make you come off as a nerd. Or a geek, anyway. But then again, I'm kind of a geek, considering how my computer is sitting over there, kind of underneath that fan, because my case is busted, and I have to have some way to cool it down, because it's so freaking hot. I even have to have a nice big fan over there to keep it up. But anyway, it's a really nice overall phone. If you don't care for 3D, then don't care for 3D. I mean, if you're going to think that it's a gimmick, if you're going to say, oh, I don't want the phone because 3D is a gimmick or because it's useless, then just simply don't use it. I cannot stand how many people I've seen in forums and other videos saying, oh my god, the 3D, it's just a gimmick, I'm not going to get this, there's no point, I mean, 3D's just a passing fad, there's no point in it. Well, you know what, you can say, screw 3D, and just get the phone for the fact that it's a phone. Only the camera, shut up, only the camera is 3D. That, and you can watch 3D movies from YouTube. You can download 3D movies whenever they eventually get them up for the HTC Watch Store or Blockbuster, whatever they're going to do. And you can take your own 3D content using the cameras and view them on the phone. So there's, it's just an added plus to it. It's not something that you have to absolutely use. It's there for if you want to use it. I mean, it's nice. The button here is two-stage for the camera button. Push down, push it down a little bit for the first click. Focuses, push it down all the way. Takes the picture. Clashes the buttons. Probably should have did this first. Like I said, camera right there. Probably can't see it at all. Speaker grill's right there. One problem that I have to say that I have about it is the volume for the speaker is not loud at all. I mean, it's loud, but if you have it upside down, and if you have it upside down on something like this blanket here, then you're going to get the fibers up close to the microphone or up close to the speaker, and it's going to muffle the sound a little bit. I usually tend to have this thing next to me on the bed a lot, and message will go off and I'll be able to just barely hear it. But then if I have it like this, it's blazing. So depending on how you actually have the phone does depend on the volume that you're going to end up getting. And for everybody that keeps saying, oh my god, the camera lens is going to stick out so far, it's going to get scratched, la 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 la. Well, you know what? No, it doesn't really. It's not even a millimeter high. It barely sticks up, even though the camera here kind of makes it look like it does. When you're in person, it does not stick up. Like, you can brush your thumb over it, and you can almost not even tell that it's there. I mean, you can because of the glass, but I'm meaning as in, for how far up that it sticks up, it does not cause any kind of friction at all. Your thumb, your fingers, whatever, just pass right over it. You don't really notice it, except for there is that slight bump. Nothing more. Whenever it is sitting on, let's see if I can demonstrate it like that. No, I can't. When you sit it down on a desk, it does not lay flat on the cameras either. It kind of rests right here on this little, on the slight little bump that it does create. So it just rests right there. I mean, yes, it is kind of close to that bottom. Ooh, excuse me, it is kind of close to that bottom, but it's not a big deal. You're not going to scratch the lens. I've even had customer support people, or not customer support, seen people on AndroidCentral.com go and say, oh hey, I've done this to it, I've done that to it, it has not scratched. They've even gone so far as to one person contacted HTC's, tech support, asked them about the glass cover, or so I can't even say if it's glass because they're not allowed to say what the material is because of whomever gave them the material does not want other people to know about it or something like that. Anyway, they literally went to try and scratch this as best as they could. They were able to put a teeny itty bitty scratch into it, and that was when using, I believe, some kind of Dremel-ish kind of thing, like a Dremel, but it wasn't really a Dremel. They used some kind of actual device meant to etch into stuff. Like they said that they took keys over it, they took knives, they said they tried everything that they could not scratch that. So I have high hopes that it's not going to, and if you feel like you're going to end up scratching it anyway, then by all means go out and get the OtterBox case. That's what I had on this thing before. It adds an incredible amount of bulk to it, but it does make the phone feel like, you're going to be completely and utterly protected and have absolutely no worries at all to its protection. I felt like I could literally throw it against the wall or drop it, from the top of the stairs, and it would land on the floor and I'd be perfectly safe. But like I was saying, for me, it was just a little bit too bulky. I absolutely loved the holster that came with it. Matter of fact, the holster was the only reason why I got it. But now I was like, no, so I took it back, and I got the screen protector from Zag. I do not like it at all. I will probably end up taking it off eventually, but I'm kind of afraid to because I don't want to leave the screen completely unprotected. But then again, the phone that I'm using to record this with, I've never once had a screen protector or anything on it, so I'm not all that worried. But yeah, I probably will because it does kind of make using, the swiping gestures, dragging stuff, it does make it incredibly difficult because you'll be sitting there trying to do it and you're trying to slide and your thumb just won't do it. So I'm going to end up taking it off. I don't think I can take back the screen protector considering how it's already been used and all that happy crap. So I'm just going to say screw it. Besides, it wasn't all that much money anyway. I'd probably have seen this the entire time before, but that does have an indicator light up there. It's nice. Something that my Pre does not exactly have. But yeah, it's a really nice phone. Definitely get it regardless of your position on 3D because you don't have to use it. It's a very nice feature, but again, you don't have to use it. I absolutely love it though, personally. And something I have to say real quick. Everybody who keeps saying that they saw the 3D and they used it and everything and it gave them a headache, chances are, almost every single time I've talked to anybody about this, either A, they've never actually used the phone and they're just saying, oh, 3D gives me a headache, or there are people who, were shown a picture or, picked it up and tried using it for like 10 seconds, trying to figure out how to see the picture and just went, ow, this is hurting my eyes, so I'm not going to use it. Well, people like that they have not given themselves time to adjust to it. I know I've shown plenty of people the phone's 3D features. I know I'm just leaving this thing doing its thing. Anyway, they never gave themselves a chance to actually get used to it. It took me a few hours of playing around to figure out how to do it, but now it's almost so easy that, or I should say, it's like a natural reflex now, like exactly where you need to hold it to be able to see it. I mean, it is kind of a downside. It doesn't matter. You kind of have to look at it right on or kind of tilt it up or tilt it down a little bit. I personally get a little bit better use out of it if I tilt it or lean it back just a slight bit. But that's just me. Everybody else has their own little preferences with it. But if it's giving you a headache or if it's doing anything at all, it's because you just simply have not gotten yourself used to it. It really does take a little bit of getting used to, because I know all my other friends that I showed it to, like I would show them a picture, and they were like, ow, that kind of hurts my eyes, and I pretty much have to tell them, well, you need to, try getting used to it a little bit, and then, it'll be better on your eyes. Sure enough, they sat there and looked at it for a little bit, sometimes they take a short break, and then they come back, and then eventually their eyes got used to it, and they're able to see it just fine, and now they're out going to get one. So yeah, if you don't like 3D, at least give it a shot. try it out for a couple hours, not all at one sitting, of course, but I mean, use it on and off for until you accumulate a couple hours worth of time, and you will eventually get used to it. It is very nice having, and I want to end this off now because I just hit the 30-minute mark. So I hope you guys are nice, happy. The phone's amazing. That's all I can say. So this is HTC Foxtra. You guys have fun. I love this phone. I hope anybody else who gets it does too. I'm currently looking for a routing solution because I haven't really looked at all, and I kind of want to get Wi-Fi tethering for this thing for whenever I'm out on the road and I have my laptop. I'm probably going to look into that, but I'm kind of reluctant to root because I know with the original HTC Evo 4G, if you were rooted, you were not able to get the over-the-air update to Gingerbread, and I'm worried that when Ice Cream Sandwich comes out or whatever their next, Android update is going to be for the phones, I'm a little bit worried that I won't be able to get that over the air like everybody else will. So my phone just froze.